What's up, guys? Welcome back to Big Yogi's Garage. Today I got Tim, better known as B12. Yeah. What's up, Tim? How you doing, man?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
I noticed some videos online of some drones in the city, and they were going different places. Mm-hmm. So I got on, I think on YouTube, and I seen that you got HD the Garage. Tell me a little bit about the drone and the HD the Garage.
Well, what we trying to do is build a network.
Mm-hmm.
So we build little shows under that. So the first thing, the drones is called Fly Toledo, where we fly historical buildings and demolitions, mm-hmm. and just give an aerial view of Toledo.
Yeah, I think that's awesome, man. Yeah. And then how did that even start, the drone thing?
Honestly, I got the drone to do a video, mm-hmm. and then I started noticing how the cinematic look of it was, and then I was like, oh, people love this, mm-hmm. Then add some music to it, then flare it up a little bit with some with some designs, mm-hmm. and it's like it touched a different demographic than what we used to. Mm-hmm. So it put HD the Garage to different people.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about HD the Garage. How did that start?
Well, I used to do Uncut magazine. Mm-hmm. It was like we had Rap Wars, Toledo Models Uncut, Michigan Girls Gone Wild.
You had that back in the day.
Yeah, we had this 3CCD cameras, and we had to drop them, it wasn't digital. You had to actually play the tape and record it in. I used to do the shows, cause I used to be an artist as B12.
Yeah. So
I used to do all the shows with Ray Stone, Magic Wand. I actually taught Magic Wand how to record, Actually, I taught a lot of artists how to record.
Yeah, man. You've had a lot of artists here in Toledo and all over, right?
Well, no, it was basically I do computers. Mm-hmm. So I build studios. So a lot of the studios here contact me for equipment and stuff like that. Oh, okay. So besides doing features and stuff like that with the artists, I was recording them and stuff. Juan used to come to me and record the most, he used to come with 50 people,
Oh, yeah. With the whole entourage.
And then we had that talk hey, bro, you would do so much more if you didn't have everybody. And he started, knocking them out the park. It's just the people that I done touched in the city. It's so many, Triple Threat. We talked about that.
Yep, St. Dave.
Yeah.
And Jay Bird.
Yeah. Tito
Elizondo. Yeah.
I actually filmed one of Dave's father's wedding. So I got to know him. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, when you do this podcast, you get to know people. And that's why the HD, the Garage is it's so easy for me to reach out and touch people,
Because then after once I got in there and started looking at your YouTube, I seen you were interviewing some people that were two ladies, Rhonda, I think. They were on drugs. Was that you interviewing them? Or?
Yeah. That's something new. That's
something it looked good too. That was sweet.
Well, that's my baby. You know what I'm saying? Forgotten Beneath the Glass, we try to be producers. So we, B12 the producer, got for the gotten. Pat the producer got the Giants. You know what I'm saying? It's a documentary talking about why people over a certain height talk a certain way and have joint problems. We trying to touch all different types of media.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, because I seen that you have cool little music to it and special touches. Today I seen a reel today. Yeah. It was something about finding Rhonda or something.
Yeah.
But it had a sweet ass song to the background and everything. Is that yours?
Yeah, that's actually me as an artist.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is on Forgotten, it's 10 episodes in the first season. Well, actually, it's 11 now because we find Rhonda. We put that in because so many people was asking about her. But the 10th episode is this girl called Thesia. And we did 3 interviews. She OD'd. She escaped from the hospital. She lost her kids, but she working to get her kids back now. She in rehab right now, but it's an intense story that was recorded the whole journey. You know, like we was editing, she came bamming on my door. Like we see her on the cameras, like, oh my God. You
Damn,
know?
that's crazy.
But she is the one singing on that song.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so like I said, what I'm explaining in there is like the song sound intense, but she wanted to be intense so she could feel herself and be able to sing.
It says something about her kids or something, right?
Yeah. Like that, and that's me talking as her. Cause that's in the interview she said something like that stuck with me. Like she was late to see her kids and then she crashed out. Like that day is when she OD'd and escaped from, like they had took her to St. Charles and she escaped. Then she OD'd and then they took her somewhere else and she got let out.
Damn.
You know, no, the forgotten.
That's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, the forgotten is rough, but that's what somebody commented about. Like, what do you expect to get from putting these stories out here? And do you help these people? Like, I pay them good, you know, and I help them. You know, we just don't go and exploit these people. You know, and then to keep it real, the stories, the age gonna go down. Like as the episodes go, it's because I want the kids to know all this stuff in backwoods. You can't go nowhere but down. Like we smoked joints or a blunt back in the day, but you stuff in backwoods. You know, you can't go nowhere but higher drugs. You know,
I think it's good, man. Don't listen to anybody that says to you, why are you doing this or why you like, don't worry about that, because I feel that a lot of times when we were younger, everybody in our parents and grandparents, not to disrespect them, but they kept a lot of secrets from us because they're always like, if we expose this to them, maybe they'll go do it. But for real, if them situations come up in our life, we can be like, oh, whoa, I remember that episode. I don't want to fall into that. I don't want to live in a tent. I don't want to, you know what I mean, live on the streets. But if you hide that from everybody for so long, and we hide so much information and we don't let people know, these young kids, they're going to make a lot more mistakes. I feel like if we got to be open, man, open to, so
open books. That's what we got to be.
Do you feel like those stories help? Like, not only, does it help the people to comment and stuff like that? Do you get better, like positive negatives, or more positive or more negative?
Well, see, I find myself trying to defend them. Like, so, like, okay, they smoke, and then somebody probably, oh, she turning the hooter up this way, or she getting hootie, and so I try to curve that, you know, but then I understand that, you know, this is a epidemic, and they did choose to do this. Like when you look at Rhonda's interview, you never hear her say one time about the tent she live in. And she built this. She got a tent right now, but she had a cardboard box. All that was a cardboard box. We was in it. You know, but you never hear her once say, oh, I live on the tent and I'm on the ground or nothing like that. Because, well, let me say it this way. Wait, the other day, my girl was watching it, and she said, I wonder how they wash and bathe themselves. But I said to her, like, when you smoking crack, living in a tent, and don't know where your next meal come from, bathing is the last thing on your mind.
They don't even care.
Wait, and then let me add this, you prostituting. So that's the last thing on your mind.
It's almost like they're zombies to the drug. They're controlled by the drug, and it's just like they'll do anything for that drug. They'll run over their kids, their grandma, their mom, everybody. Man, it's crazy how drugs take over. Like right now, dude, we got this pill as epidemic. It started with the pills, and now I just heard on the radio that in 2021, 700,000 people died from fentanyl poisoning. So all that started with, see, because everybody wants to blame her for smoking crack, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, Rhonda, whatever. But really, it's not all her fault, bro. Like a lot of these manufacturers of pills, like these big companies, they put all these pills. They gave all these doctors all these rights, and then people after they stopped it, they said, oh, we can't give them the pills. People went to heroin, crack, cocaine,
self-medication,
because there was no more. The doctors weren't giving no more. And we're like, right now, like Ohio's not medical. You can't smoke. I mean, there's medical marijuana, but it's not free where you can just go like Michigan. So a lot of people go to those drugs to space out and leave the world. And people don't understand that. It's not all like we get addicted, humans. Like I've been addicted to weed and to cigarettes and to vapes, and we get addicted so easy to something, and it's a chemical that goes into our brain. It just tells us to keep doing it, and I don't know. I think it's called dopamine. It releases
like
dopamine.
You eat and you get happy. It's just like that. You just want to. But this is what me and him figured out. Like when we talking to a lot of these people, it's like three kinds. Like it's mental illness, it's people that want to have fun, and it's people that don't want to follow rules.
Rebels.
Yeah, like, and if you listen to Rhonda, like, I'm gonna say something about Rhonda. Like, I love everything she does, and like, but Rhonda is a veteran. If you look at the other two
She's a United States veteran?
No. She a veteran in smoking crack.
Oh, like a vet. Okay,
yeah. She called herself the rock star.
Okay, yeah.
Like you can see the other two is taken away by the drug. Like the Felicia lost 100 and something pounds in 7 months.
Yeah, you could tell she's lost. She was looking like she was just, but the other Rhonda's like the boss there. She's like in control of the situation.
Man, and then the last, what was the last girl name? Shannon. Like, I haven't released her interview, but it's deep. It's deep, but she the only one I let not tell me. Like I gotta get into it with these interviews, so I can't let them escape sometime. Like if we doing the interview, we doing the interview. When it get hard, it's gonna get hard.
Yeah.
So I can't let them escape, but I let her. That's the first person I let escape. Because she didn't want to tell me why she came to Rhonda tent, but Rhonda saved her. And I see a weird debt in her eyes.
Like she's hiding from something.
Yeah. Well, everybody that seemed to come to Rhonda 10 is hiding from something.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, somebody's after them.
Yeah.
Like she take care of them down there.
Yeah, because most people that are into drugs are just hiding something anyways, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, I don't know. I smoke weed and stuff like that, but like, for me, it feels like almost like self-medication.
Yeah.
Like from anxiety and stuff like that. But like, you're hiding something. You have something wrong with you, and you go into like some kind of, even when people smoke cigarettes, it gives you some kind of calming sensation when you get like an anxiety attack. I want to ask you, did you grow up in Toledo?
Yeah.
You from Toledo?
Yep, South Side.
South Side of Toledo? Okay. And did you, what school did you go to? Like high school and stuff? Libby or something?
You want to know what's crazy?
Yeah.
So, I didn't go to no high school.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, and I went to Jones Junior High for 7th grade.
Okay.
And then I got locked up.
Oh, okay.
So 14 to 17, like 4 months before I turned 18, I was in jail.
Okay.
So I never went to high school.
Okay.
Everything, I guess, is self-taught.
So then you went to jail, and then when you got out, you started doing music, or you still did music? And when did you get into music?
The music has been a thing that forever. It's just I got determined when I was in jail. Like you said, I wasn't gonna come home and do the same thing, And then I couldn't do the same thing because I didn't have no contact with the people I left. Like, when you 14, you ain't writing nobody in jail.
Hell no.
Yeah, like, so I just had no contact. So when I got out, I literally built a cardboard box and started recording, and it blew from there.
Yeah, you started just recording, but you like what you're, but like, I don't understand how people even come up with. Do you come up with the raps, or do you just are you like the musical guy,
Well,
the
no,
producer,
I was producing.
or both of them?
No, I was doing everything behind the scenes. I wasn't doing rapping, but I was writing. I had my brother Murder One and Miss Nat. Like they was sing. She was a singer, and we used to write for her and help her write, but not. She wrote herself, but we wrote with her.
Yeah.
So, like, we started doing shows from there. Like the Hood Stock.
This is how. What year was this?
99.
99.
Yep,
okay.
99. We did the second Hood Stock, and after we did that, we got with Low for Life. No, Lowrider.
Lowrider magazine.
Yeah, well, they was doing this tour. It was Low for Life, a car club from here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we started doing shows with them, and then we started touring with them. But from that, I used to be 400 pounds.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, let me tell you that too. So that's where I wasn't in the front. You know what I'm saying? Like my brother and Miss Nat was. And then we had got offered some money for them to do some work, like some musical work. And it seemed like they just jumped ship. So I was like, I gotta do this myself. Yeah. So that's when I became B12.
Okay.
You know.
And then you started doing music yourself and producing.
Yeah.
And
You
didn't you say something about you worked with R. Kelly something? I don't know.
Well, no, one of my artists worked with R. Kelly, Julius Darrington, right before R. Kelly went. And he worked with King Los. He got a couple artists. He just did a joint album with Puffy and King Los.
Damn.
You know? So we had some shooters, you know, but in Worldwide Uncut, it was me, Murder One, Julius, Freaky Fred. It was about 5 or 6, so I can't think of all of them. But yeah we had a nice size situation. Oh, Mega Mill and Dello. That's the other two.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's how it all really started, huh?
Yeah. We just basically was trying to do something. Well, we was trying to do something together, and then like I just started, like I did it myself basically. B12, like Worldwide Uncut was no more when B12 started, because I couldn't keep up with 6 artists. And
yeah. Too many different opinions, too many different this, that.
Yeah.
It's hard to work with people.
Yeah.
And then after that, like how far did you get into the music until before you still?
Well, no, I was going hard on the music. I quit it. You know what I'm saying? Because like I was getting money off of music because I ran a studio.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I was burning CDs. Like we would make $1,000 a day off CDs. You know, then
damn, $1,000 a day burn, like selling CDs? That's a lot of damn money.
The thermal prints?
Yeah.
Oh, $1 a disc. Oh, they used to go down.
Where you guys go to like liquor stores and shit and sell them, or right from the garage or what?
No, I wouldn't sell them. Like artists would come to me and I would print them for the other artists. Like Dave I used to print all their CDs.
Damn.
You know, so we had a.
And they used to put that little paper thing on the side with the little logo and all that.
Yeah, and then I was doing the videos. Yeah, we just got the machines to do them full color. You know, because this documentary stuff gonna come out on Blu-ray too. Like it's not gonna only be on the internet. You know? You know, I'm trying to bring back when we used to kill them. Like when we did shows, the reason I had all that stuff, because you might come to somebody like, hey, I got this DVD about this artist, and they be like, oh, I don't listen to rap. Or we got Toledo Models, we got Uncut Magazine, we got Toledo Rap Wars, we got Glass City Beef, we got everything.
Yeah, so you guys had like a whole range, a whole bunch of stuff. So if someone said they ain't like rap, you're like, here you go.
Yeah, we gonna make that sell.
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah, you can't leave no money on the table.
No, this is my thing. Get them there and sell them everything.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Fair. Yeah. So okay, so then Okay, how did you start the podcast thing? How did that? You told me a little story about it, but
Yeah,
I want people to
well,
hear the story.
one of my dudes,
You don't have to say his name.
yeah,
One of
he
your
wanted to do a
Yeah,
podcast, and he asked me to put it together, and then he ended up not getting that stuff. And then so I talked to him, and I was like, "Hey, let's start a podcast together."
yeah.
You know, and that's how it started. You
Okay.
know? And we ended up splitting ways, but it was everything. That's my family, you know. So we still cool. We just had different. Actually, he got a talk show. Well, he working on something. I think it's called Block Talk. You know. So support. You know.
Yeah, for sure. Everybody has to find their own thing, and it's hard to work with people. Like I work with my mom. I have a cleaning business with my mom,
Yeah.
and sometimes we bump heads. And it's mother son. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so you
I already
can't
know.
get-
I can imagine if I had a podcast. Like I want to do this one by myself. Like I already got my business with my mom. I want to do this podcast by myself because I'm sure there's people that are going to ask me in the future, hey, why don't you get like a co-host and we could both sit down? But I just don't want anyone's opinion because I'm going to sit here. I want to talk to you and I want to get to know you. I don't want somebody else to butt in and be like, hey, how about, and that, you know what I mean? Because if I'm asking you a question, I want somebody to ask another question.
Well, see, and I think what was that let me know that was the right decision because I don't think Fly Toledo or Forgotten would have happened with both of us shooting different ideas. I don't think none of them would have happened.
Yeah, I think the Fly Toledo's pretty sweet. I was thinking like you guys should try to like get a police scan, or you said
We do that. We do that.
And try to beat the police there, right?
But you know what's the craziest thing in the world? Like, if you go back and look at the videos, we got one where the news took the clip too, where the car had sunk in on Galena Street. Yeah, we got that clip. Like, I was just driving at 6:30 in the morning, and it was a bunch of cars, and I got out, and it's a big ass car in the hole.
And you had to drone on in your car?
Yeah, I said I was gonna keep it on me all the time. Hey, you should have seen the workers. They was looking like, what the fuck?
Hey, so then you put that online and the news took a clip up from that and used it?
Yeah, but then somebody had hit me up. But no, that was the first one that did 50,000 views. Yeah, I turned on Instagram and was like, whoa, you know?
Yeah.
Like, but this, I'm gonna tell you, the Forgotten, like, it did 100,000 views the first day.
Yeah, no.
And then, like, it's been like thousands of views, and then it did 120 last night.
It did?
Yeah, it's almost 300,000.
So that you got to think about it. That's like the Dallas Cowboys Stadium filled 3 times. Watch that. That's how many people. Almost 300,000 people have watched that video.
Yeah,
that's amazing, bro.
It is, because it's like they want to know what I'm pushing. You know, they and then my cousin and his girlfriend called me the other day. They said, like, if you go back and listen, we did a prostitute, one of my first interviews. And it was because she was so young, and the way she was talking, like, I didn't believe her, so I wanted to do the interview. So if you listen to that interview and then listen to around the interview, you can see the change, like in my journalism.
Yeah.
You know, and for him to call and touch on that, you know, it made me, it's gonna take me to that next level. You know, you need that sometimes.
This is all a learning process. I made so many mistakes. I still don't know how to do like a right interview or like. But the thing is, my thing is, I want to interview you, but I actually want to just have a conversation too. Like I'll go back and forth. I don't want to keep like oh, when were you born? When it is? I want to just have a flowing conversation, and then we could just talk about it. Like you said earlier, you said I used to be 400 pounds, so I'm like, how did you even lose 400? How did you lose? How did you lose so much weight?
Not the right way. Let me say that. So I went on a water diet.
Oh, like a fasting?
Well, no, it's like you for breakfast you eat a little something, you drink a lot of water. Lunch you drink a lot of water. You eat a dinner. Now, I dropped the weight quick, but I got toxic to water. So it was like water would make me sick, you know. So that's not the way to do it. But I lost the weight and I kept it off, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it was basically for music. Like I had to be the front man.
Oh, so that was like your goal was to change your look so you can come up front because you was always the guy in the background?
Yeah, but then, you know, from being in the background, you don't teach yourself about the women, you know, so that was the technical difficulty that made me leave the music, you know what I'm saying? And plus I got money off of music. I made great money off of music, but it didn't compare to the computers. So I can do computers and live, you know. So,
So you build computers too?
yeah, I can build a computer from nothing.
For
I'm
real?
talking about I'm that guy. Yeah, I'm that guy.
Yeah, and you've been doing that for is that how the garage started, building computers?
Well, no, let me say this. Before I went to jail at 14, I was on house arrest for a year. And my sister sent me a computer. Like she in the army. Like I had one of the first computers. I was dialing up, man. That's why I actually went to jail. Because I left with some girls that I met offline. That's how I went to jail.
Oh my God.
So I tore that computer up. That year I was in the house, I took it apart 1,000 times and put it back together and made it do other stuff it wasn't supposed to do.
So that's how you learned. You just basically learned hands-on.
Yeah.
Okay. So so what is your biggest goals for like your podcast? Like, what do you have? I know you want to do like a network, but what else is there?
Well, the network is the goal. Like, so if you think about Zeus Network, that's what we trying to be. But we ain't gonna be ratchet like that. But the Zeus Network with shows up under it. But the goals for the podcast is to connect. Like, I don't think the city is connected like everybody really, no, wait, my dude used to say something called Illuminati. Yeah, like, so it's a group of people that don't know they in the group that block everybody else, you know, and yeah.
It's like they don't even know they're doing it, but they're doing it type shit like that.
Yeah, Toledo crazy like that. Like I seen a guy put up like Toledo don't support art, they support fame or popularity.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really. I think Toledo supports. Some people do. I've met so many people now that I started my podcast. Like I met a lot of artists and a lot of people. Like but I go searching for it. I think.
Yeah.
I go searching for people from Toledo so I can try to interview. So now I'm seeing like it feels like the more you try to look for the brighter things in life, the more you find it. The more positive things you listen to, you know what I mean? Yeah. So like I don't know. I was thinking like maybe like since like them people like the people that you guys are interviewing over there, they're probably all they see is negativity, all this stuff. So I think that's what keeps people down there. I think that's what keeps people down in the gutter in life. Yeah. Because man, like when I go to work and I put in my podcast, it's all positive stuff. I listen to positive stuff. When someone asks me, I give positive advice because I feel like as long as you're listening or getting good information, that's all the information that come out.
Yeah.
Do you believe in that kind of stuff?
I agree. I agree. I think when I say, well, let me say this. Forgotten, then show me a different light.
Yeah. Explain it to me because I only have a certain way of thinking. I want to know a little bit more.
Well, no, I'm talking about with like the support. Like maybe I was pushing the wrong thing to get supported. You know, like, cause this support is unbelievable. Cause look, I got an iPad and we set up and we editing all day and all night. This every 2 minutes is flashing. That's a follower. Like I went from 23 followers to 475 overnight.
Man.
You know, it's like, I think the support is that I'm was pushing the wrong thing.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
I think this gonna touch so many people that
I think people want to know. People want to know what the people are thinking, like down there.
Yeah.
People want to know why are they down there? Why? What? Like, how could you get that low? What happened?
Yeah.
So that's why that's interesting stuff. Like, I was watching that podcast and I was thinking to myself, like, man, how? Because I'm more of an upbeat type of person, so I'm like, man, how could you get that? You know. But I know people that've been down low. Like I said, I've been to prison. I went to prison for selling drugs, and I've seen people like that. I used to, you know what I mean, mess with
Yeah,
people like
yeah.
that. So
But like, let me say this. Like I got a curveball for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like mental illness. Like it's a guy that I interviewed, and we thought he was talking jibber jabber.
Mm-hmm.
Like it just, and then when we listened to it, and we realized what he got shot in the head as a kid, and like you know he reaching for the words he want to tell me, but he probably grabbed something else. Like so it sounds like he just talking. But he not. When you really listen to him, you can tell he got shot in the head as a kid, and he stayed in the hospital for years after that. And now he just he don't know how to be an adult. You know, he just out here in the world, just living, and you know.
yeah, mental illness and like stuff like that. So, but that wouldn't be mental illness, right?
Well,
If he got
yeah.
shot in his head.
Well, no, I at this point,
He
it's
probably
mental
has it, yeah.
illness. Like
Okay.
it's like it's probably some frontal lobe damage. Because
Yeah.
I seen the scar.
Oh, okay.
You know, and he telling me that I got shot in my head, but it sound like jibber jabber because he's like, so how long you stay in the hospital? He's like, well, I was in the hospital when I was 2, or the age. He can't get it because he had a trauma.
Yeah, he can't figure it all out. All right, Tim. So what do you got next going, like for the HD or HD the Garage? What do you got next? What are the episodes you filmed and stuff like that?
Well, I forgot about something. You know, you remember when them guys had the cars going burning rubber out on Reynolds and
yeah. They it was all over the news and stuff like that.
yeah, like the news lied.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, nobody went to jail but one person. And the girl that ran from Toledo to New York, they caught her close to New York. You know, but we got them guys on the show, and they gonna tell the whole story, and they take
for
us
real?
for a ride in the Hellcat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
That's-
that's an interesting one there, because one of the guys, the main guy, they kind of know who he is, I guess. So he got a mask on, so it's an interesting one.
So those guys, they shut down the road one day, right? Like
Yeah, Reynolds. They
Like-
by BP, they blocked off the sides of the street, set the street on fire, and did donuts in the street.
and they filmed it, right?
Yeah.
And they threw it online and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, they got 200,000 views that night.
Damn.
Yeah, but the girl, actually, while they showing us all the videos of the cars and stuff, it's this one white car, and I'm like, damn, like what? She flying, shooting in front of everybody. I'm talking about driving it. That's the girl that went to jail that night. She ran from him.
And how about what you said about another episode about Life Jennings' cousin or
No,
brother?
his brother, J. Rush. We got J. Rush Jennings. We got B Wheels. We just had Lovely Maisha. You know, that was an interesting one. You know, we still doing the artist stuff, like we still got that, but we just trying to keep it coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, we trying to be in your face at all times.
Yeah.
HD the Garage.
Yeah. HD the Garage. And how did you come up with that name? What does the HD stand for?
High def.
High Def, the Garage, and then what was the Garage? Because it.
Well, I got a studio in the garage.
Oh, okay.
And like we took over the studio and turned it into a set.
Yeah.
So it's like high definition. Okay, HD the Garage. Yeah.
When you seen my thing, did you think, oh, he stole my name?
Well, no. Look what was funny. This what was funny. I was talking to Jay Bird. He was like, "Yeah, you watch Yogi'Z Garage?" I said, "What's that?"
Yeah.
So as soon as he left, I'm like, "Oh yeah." But it's like great minds think alike.
Yeah.
You know. So hey, I salute. You
Yeah,
know.
you know why I wanted to do that? Because like I was telling you, okay, I listen to a lot of podcasts.
Yeah.
And you know how podcasts have like, okay, the Joe Rogan experience or this,
Yeah.
this. So I'm like, my name is Yogi, but everybody calls my son Yogi.
Yeah.
So I wanted to say Big Yogi because I want to differentiate myself from
Yeah.
him, and I want to say it's a garage or like Big Yogi's studio or Big Yogi's this, but I don't have a studio. I didn't have a garage. I didn't have nothing. So I'm thinking, eventually I want to have like a little studio in my garage. That's gonna be
Yeah,
like
yeah.
like a little set, with. I want to have like I like the Steelers. I like the Chicago Bulls, and I want to have like almost have like a man cave set up,
Yeah.
That's what my
Yeah.
my dream was when I pictured it. So I was thinking, at first I was thinking Yogi's Garage, right? I look it up. There's already a YouTube page called Yogi's Garage. Some guy works on cars.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, so I got to change it. So I put Yogi'z with the Z. So that's why I did pick Big Yogi's with the Z and then Garage.
Yeah.
And then after that, I seen yours and I'm like, oh shit, HD the Garage. I'm like, man, I hope he don't get mad. I stole his name.
No, we good. We working.
Yeah, it says it's a garage, but it's because you know what? A lot of the biggest companies in the whole entire world are starting in someone's garage.
Yeah.
Amazon was starting a garage, and I think Microsoft, they're all of them, like AOL.
You know what's crazy? Apple was starting the garage.
Oh yeah, Apple, yeah.
While we work, I be taking pictures of us working. I said, because this might be Apple. That's how I feel right now.
Yeah, I think you guys got something really good interviewing people like that, because them people have stories, man, and people are interested in knowing why them people fell that low.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because everyone's scared to fall that low. You know what I mean? Where they're living on the street. So everybody wants to know what happened to them. What like you were asking that lady, like, when was the first time you smoked crack? And she was saying she had 2 jobs and she was working this job and she was working in that, and then I don't know what, she got stressed out or whatever. And then one thing that she said also, she was at a rehab center and she was getting clean, and because they wouldn't let her freaking go outside and smoke a cigarette, she left.
Yeah.
And she was back at that tent. Because that's the rebel, the one you said. Remember the rebel you said?
But she brung someone else with her back to the tent.
She said, come on.
Yeah, she just like, come on, let's go.
That's that rebel, man. People have that in them. They don't want to comply, man. That's hard. Like, because when I went to prison, it's hard. Like when they lock you up and they say, hey, you got to go do this and you got to do that. Your body tells you, man, you want to rebel. Like, no, I don't want to go to jail. But once the government has you, there's nothing you can't do shit. They put you in them little cells, and that shit's tough, man. Like, was it tough, like when you were young in prison and stuff like that?
Yeah, no. Well, they tried to scare me. I went to a program, but then that's why I did so long.
Oh, so you didn't go to prison, right? You was in like a jail, right? Like juvenile?
They certified me and then sent me to the transfer unit, and then came in my room like, you want to go to prison or you want to go to a treatment center?
Oh.
But they didn't tell me this. Like, when you went to the treatment center, like, my 18 months disappeared. Like, I didn't have a time then. So that's why I was there so long. And that's where I met Dave, you know? So.
Yeah. Sometimes I like to talk about, I like to bring up things like, have you ever had any kind of like deep down trauma or any kind of like where you had to battle through something like?
Well, I'm dealing with a trauma now. Have you ever been? Like, I ain't poor, but I ain't cool. And my dad just died, and his wife stole $70,000 from us.
Oh, okay.
You know, like I just got checks today. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's crazy. It's a different kind of trauma when you driving around in a hoopty and somebody, like, if we had split it, I'd have got 20,000 of that. So I could have bought a brand new car. That's the trauma that fuck you up. So, and then, when I got the checks today, I gave my daughter some, you know what I'm saying? So she'd know that her granddad gave her something.
Okay, yeah.
You know, well, he died from asbestos, you know, and she was stealing the money from that, you know. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's kind of some shit that you're going through right now as we speak.
Yeah, no, you know what I said? We took this win today because my sister got them checks too, and she ain't been paid since August.
Okay.
You know, so it's a win.
It's a win.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's hard when you have your dad and something's supposed to come to you and then it doesn't come to you, huh?
Well, you know, I'm so headstrong. Like I can build computers. So like when he died, I didn't rush up. No, he was a gun person, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, go in there and get a gun, pick a gun. He had a closet full of them, but I couldn't take nothing out the house. You know, I do that. And this was the last day he lived. He told me to go in there, but I wasn't there when hospice was there and they was telling them, if he give you something, take it because he won't be here. You know, so, but when he told me to take something, I didn't, you know what I'm saying? And then when they told me, oh, she was taking everything out the house and selling it and stuff like that, I didn't need it.
Yeah.
You know, so, yeah, but not knowing that it was rightfully mine. So that's what I'm dealing with now, you know.
And none of that stuff exists anymore, huh?
Well, no.
She sold it all. And
Yeah,
got
she
rid of
getting
it.
put out the house right now. Like after taking the 70,000. You know, actually, I think it's more than 70,000 because they won't give us the papers to see it. They just keep 70,000. You know.
Yeah, that's some pretty hard stuff to go through.
Yeah.
Like I had some stuff happen like that in my family. Like one of my cousins passed away when he was at 40 something. I don't know if you know him, Carlos Negreen.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
that.
my cousin Carlos, he passed away. He used to help Dave and all them promoting videos or whatever. Like when they used to do that, he used to be like a really big like dude in the city and stuff like that. And when he passed away, everybody wanted everything, and people got this and people got that. And now his kids are older now, and I think they want to you know, get some of their stuff. But like my uncle has 2 cars put away from them, and I even talked to my uncle. He said, whenever they want, they can have their cars. There's nothing like there's no like my uncle went and got those cars. Well, what he tells me, he went and got those cars and he put them in his garage for when the kids get older. He didn't want nobody to sell them to somebody else, and the cars are there. He has 2 cars, one for, I don't know if it's, I think he has 2 cars for them. And now they're older, they're 18, and I think he's gonna give it to them when I come back. But there's other things, there's clothes and stuff and that, TVs and stuff, but all that shit's gone because it's been 12 years. Yeah. And there's I don't know the whole situation, so I don't want to speak on it too much because it has nothing to do with me. Yeah. But I seen a post on Facebook and it got like a little bit of, you know, a little bit of my blood boiling a little bit because, you know, I didn't want my, I don't want like my family to, because when he died, my family broke apart and we're trying to get it all back together little by little. And then boom, I don't want this big drama to come back because my cousin his son is in the army, right? Or in the Navy or Army or something. And when he comes back, I seen a post on Facebook that he's gonna come back and he wants to get his stuff. When he comes back, I'm gonna try to be peaceful and be like, hey man, whatever you want, here you go. Like, let's figure it out. We don't need to fight. We don't need to argue. We love you, man. We love that kid. My family loves him so much. But it just, when his father died, it divided our whole family and it divided his mother from our family also. And then she kept the kids most of the time. Before that, they were with us all the time. Like, you know, spending the night, being like with, but then it kind of divided the family a little bit, and then now they don't see the same love that we have. I mean, they don't, I don't know, I truly have love for them. I don't know if they have the same love for the whole, I know they have love for me, but I don't know if they have the same love for the whole entire family, because it's been a hectic, that shit just tore everything apart, man.
Yeah, man.
So
you gonna have to be the one to be in the front, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to catch them before every attitude catch them. And you know, some family members might have that little tone in their voice, you know, you just gotta be in front.
That's why I'm trying to right now, that's why I'm doing this podcast. That's why I'm doing my social media. That's why I'm going to the gym. And that's why I'm working out, because I want to be the positive role model to my cousins, to my nieces, my nephews, to my, my brothers, everyone. I want to be a positive role model. I want to show them that you can, make mistakes, go to prison, come back out, change your life, and become a positive role model and change other people's lives. Because if we're not here to help people and change people's lives, then what are we really here for? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what you're doing. When you do these videos, it doesn't matter if it's the drone or if it's this, because just by doing that drone, someone gets to see that. They know they can't go down Angola Road because there's a hole in the ground.
Yeah.
That's helping somebody. Yeah. It might not be the most informative thing in the whole world, but that right there tells you, if that's the way you go to work, let me skip that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Or your podcast with these people, what's it called? The Forgotten Toledo's Forgotten?
No, it's called Forgotten Beneath the Glass.
Forgotten Beneath the Glass. That's dope. That's a dope ass name.
Hey, when I said the name, we both looked at each other like that's it.
That's it. Like there's nothing better. Like, goddamn, that's a dope ass name.
Yeah.
So that right there is teaching a lot of people a lot of different things, because it's showing people like all the people that are forgotten beneath the glass.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to have me on there.
Oh yeah, that's what I want us to work together and create something. Cross the path. Well, podcast.
Yeah.
And different. We both touch a different demographic, so
absolutely
bring them together.
Yeah, let's bring that. That's what I wanted to do. That's why I wanted to have you on, and that's why I want to. Even your dude right here. What's your name? Pat.
Pandemic Pat.
Pandemic Pat.
Yeah.
Okay. He's gonna be on one day, and I want to get a little bit of his story. Okay. What's he do? Engineer or something?
Well, he's learning. He's learning everything right now.
Doing a little bit of everything.
I'm teaching him everything.
Okay.
Like that's my thing. Like I don't want nobody to come to the table and leave without something.
Yeah.
Like I hate when you remember them jobs, like you get a forklift job and they don't want to give you a license.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that. Like everybody should learn something.
So basically, he works with you and you're teaching him the ropes and teaching him how to do the computers, the music, a little bit of podcast.
He doing everything right now. He got 2 computers in front of him. He working.
Okay.
He working.
Yeah, but that's good. That's good. That shows him, look, this is what it is. And if he ever wants to go and do his own thing in the future or whatever, he got some knowledge. Because the thing is, right there, you being a true leader by doing that.
Thank you.
A real boss does that, because a real boss doesn't hold him back and say, no, you can only do this or you can only do that. You teaching him everything, man. That's how I do it. I have a cleaning business. I tell them how much I charge people, how to clean, how to do this. I explain to them every single aspect of the cleaning business. And I tell her, and I don't expect you to be my employee your whole life. No, I want you to eventually get your own houses, become your own boss, and like become somebody. Because at the end of the day, we're going to get older and everything evolves. You did music, then you did this, now you did that. Like everything evolves. So just because you're doing this right now doesn't mean that you guys might blow up and then you guys have 2 different channels and 2 different things.
Well, that's why I said producers. But then I get a satisfaction from knowing that I taught somebody. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Passing it on. Because I didn't do 1 day in school for this shit. That's so awesome. That's why it feels so different, like the gift to pass on to people.
Yeah, because you learned it by yourself.
Yeah.
It's a trial and error. And error.
Yeah. 1,000. I got electrocuted. Look, I told my mama the TV went out. I was like, I can fix it. And I got electrocuted, laid back there for 9 hours.
For real?
Yeah, so they left me. They was walking over me.
Holy shit.
So electronics, I paid my dues.
Yeah. All right. So do you have any last thoughts for the podcast or anything? I appreciate you coming on, man. Thank you so much.
I'm with it, dog. For real though, I just want you to come over there to HD the Garage and we politic. I like what you're doing. And
thank you, man.
Oh yeah, support. Y'all gotta support Toledo. That's the thing. If we all supported each other, we'd be winning right now. Mm-hmm. And so Go support Forgotten Beneath the Glass on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, HD The Garage, and support Yogi'z, Big Yogi'z Garage.
Big Yogi'z Garage. And make sure you like, subscribe, share. Like, that's gonna help us, man, on his page and my page. Don't just watch it. Make sure you subscribe and like it. Maybe comment, put something on there. That's gonna help us out. It'll help with the algorithm. I don't know too much about it, but if you guys help us, we're gonna keep trying to help Toledo, and we're gonna keep trying to grow these podcasts. And if anybody else wants to be on our podcast, or if anybody else has any good ideas for us, let us know so we can keep growing and we can keep helping other people come on our podcast and tell their stories. If anybody that watches my podcast has a story that's like worthy of what's it, beneath
HD The Garage.
Yeah, but the one that beneath the grass.
Oh, Forgotten Beneath the Glass.
Yeah, because I know a lot of people that struggle. So if anybody that wants to be on Forgotten Beneath the Glass, let me know too. And then like we can get some of these good stories out here, because we need some good stories, some stories that from people that have been underneath, like he said, underneath the glass and came back and are doing positive things here in Toledo. I want to have you on. You can be on my podcast. You can be on his podcast. We can get them, and then we can grow our podcast, and not only that, grow whatever product or whatever story. Every single person has a story. Every single person can write a book.
Yeah.
That's what I think. All right, man. Thank you,
Yes,
Tim.
sir.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
You.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. You guys have a nice day.
Yes,
See you next
sir.
week.